Real Madrid and young talent. That is nothing new. They have got a whole squad of under-20s stars they brought in. Rodrigo, Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Arda Güler, and even the Brazilian prodigy Endrick. But here is the latest name already being whispered in Madrid's halls. Franco Mastantuono. Just 17 years old, tearing it up for River Plate, and now wanted by half of Europe. Yeah, you heard that right. After breaking into River's first team at just 16, clubs from all over Europe have been flying to Argentina just to see this guy in action. Real Madrid, they have already made their first moves, but the battle is just getting started. River Plate threw down a €45 million release clause, hoping to keep him around, but his contract only runs until January 2026, so it might just be a matter of time. Now, think about Argentina's legacy. Legends like Di Stefano, Kempes, Maradona, Batistuta, Riquelme, Messi, all from a country that just keeps producing talent like no other. They are still riding the high from winning the World Cup in 2022 and back-to-back Copa Americas. So yeah, Argentina is buzzing right now. And in Buenos Aires, River Plate has become the hotspot for Europe's next big buys. Just look at their recent transfers. Enzo Fernandez went to Benfica for nearly €45 million. Alvarez went to City, and young Claudio Echeverri is set to join City next summer. And Franco Mastantuono, he is looking like the next star on the list. Not only Real Madrid, but Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea, and even Barcelona wants to sign him at only 17 years old. Mastantuono has already racked up 36 first-team appearances for River Plate. Oh, and by the way, people are comparing him to Phil Foden. Starting out in Argentina's top league at 16, that is not something you see every day. In Copa Libertadores games, and especially in the huge Superclásico rivalry against Boca Juniors, this kid has shown up with composure way beyond his age. He has got that big game mentality, and in Argentina, that is a big deal. Franco's story started back when he was just 3 years old, kicking a ball around at River de Azul, where his dad was the coach. But here is the twist. When he was only 11, River Plate invited him for a trial, and guess what? He actually turned it down. His family wanted him to stay focused on tennis, so he ended up joining a local club, Cemento, instead. But football came calling again, and in 2019 he finally joined River Plate's academy. After dealing with the setbacks from the COVID-19 pandemic, he kept moving up in the academy ranks, and by 2023, he was ready for the big time. River Plate signed him to his first contract, locking him in with a €30 million release clause. Just a few months later, manager Martin Demichelis had him training with the first team, and it did not take long for him to make his debut. Then came the record-breaking moment. In February 2024, Mastantuono scored his first goal for River in a Copa Argentina match against Excursionistas, becoming the youngest goal scorer in River Plate history. This guy smashed Javier Saviola's record, a club legend. That goal cemented him as a rising star, and fans started begging for more Mastantuono. Even if Demichelis has been cautious with his playtime, the fans know they are witnessing something special. And it's not just Argentina that has noticed. Mastantuono's talent has already earned him a spot on Argentina's U17 team, called up by none other than Pablo Aimar. And it only got better when he trained with the U20 squad under Javier Mascherano. So, with Argentina's history of producing football icons, Franco Mastantuono might just be the next big one to explode on the global stage. In Argentina, any young attacking talent who makes waves instantly gets compared to Messi. But with Mastantuono, it's not just hype. He has that same left-footed magic. Slick movements between the lines, and he is small and tricky, making him a nightmare for defenders to lock down. He is a pure creator, constantly looking for openings, setting up plays, and he has a solid shot and killer passing ability. He is the ultimate all-rounder. Whether it is an enganche, that classic Argentine playmaker role, a midfielder, or even a forward, he can do it all. And that ball-striking ability, his knack for free kicks and taking defenders one-on-one is already being praised by everyone in Argentina. And here is an even cooler comparison. Think of him as the original Rodrigo de Paul from his racing days, only with that attacking intensity turned up. Mastantuono is relentless, always on the move, pressing defenders and looking to make a play. He does not give them a second to breathe, and that non-stop energy makes him the ultimate mix of De Paul's grit and Foden's finesse. This kid is going to be annoying for defenders everywhere. Since stepping up to River Plate's first team earlier this year, Mastantuono has already racked up 38 appearances, bagging 4 goals and 3 assists. Not bad for a 17-year-old. But his stats only tell part of the story. His real superpower is his versatility. Although he's naturally an attacking midfielder, this guy can play just as well on either flank, shifting from playmaker to winger without missing a beat. For clubs like Real Madrid and Manchester City, that kind of adaptability is gold. They know that with Mastantuono, they are not just getting a one-dimensional player, they are getting a guy who can slot into multiple roles and make an impact anywhere up front. It is easy to see why he's at the top of every scout's wish list right now. It honestly feels like it is just a matter of time before Mastantuono is tearing it up in Europe's biggest leagues. Real Madrid are looking like the front runners right now, but the race is far from over. Manchester United, Arsenal, and other big clubs are all sniffing around. And here is the kicker. He might be available for an absolute steal by European standards. Think about this. A club like United could come in and offer River Plate around 20 million euros, maybe 25 million euros, and River would likely jump at it. Clubs in Argentina are almost forced to sell when a big offer comes in because the economy just cannot support holding onto these talents. Argentina's clubs are basically talent factories. They develop, sell, and repeat because that is how they keep the lights on and fund the next wave of talent. To give you an idea, the biggest transfer in Argentine history was Javier Saviola, sold for around 37 million euros about 25 years ago. Nowadays, young Argentine stars like Enzo Fernandez or Julian Alvarez go for around 20 million euros, which sounds like a bargain when you see what they become. If Mastantuono were playing in, say, Brazil, he'd probably command double because the Brazilian market just values players higher. And here is the real exciting part. The Premier League might be the perfect fit for this guy. Mastantuono is intense, fast, always on the move. Basically, he's built for the speed and physicality of English football. Sure, La Liga could work too, especially a team like Real Madrid that dominates possession and plays that high-energy style. But the Premier League? That is the ultimate stage for a kid like him. So, do not be surprised if there is a huge bidding war soon. Let me know in the comments which club you think he should join. Real Madrid? Manchester United? Arsenal? Who's the best fit for this kid? And hey, do not forget to subscribe for more epic football content coming your way. So stay tuned, and I will catch you in the next one.